Part 3. You will hear two students named Peter and Lynn discussing Professor John Smith's article about online course. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
Lynn, I just finished reading Professor Smith's article about the benefits of online courses. What are your thoughts on the article?
Hi Peter, when I read that article, it was clear to me that Professor Smith does not favor the traditional methods of classroom teaching. Although I can certainly acknowledge that there are some advantages to online course, I would say that internet courses are not always the best means for teaching and learning.
I think it's about time to revolutionize the old teaching style though.
But I would hope that students consider the negatives of online learning before enrolling in online courses.
This shouldn't be a big issue since online courses are so common these days. At least, I won't struggle so much. And Professor Smith points out that computer learning is well suited for some courses, especially the technical courses.
Unfortunately, that theory doesn't work for me.
What a shame. I got an A for that online computing course last year. Anyway, next part is personal interaction. I think the personal interaction offered by traditional teaching is overrated in the article and doesn't have much value. I think it's a distraction and that time could be better spent on the subject matter of the course.
Oh, I disagree strongly, Peter. You're dismissing the benefits of face-to-face interaction between students and teachers in traditional classroom settings. The article says that learning is a two-way street, and it's much easier for students to learn if they can ask questions and have discussions with their teachers.
I'm still not sure about that, but online courses can foster students' technological skills. In learning the subject matter online, students will gain the technical know-how they'll need in their future endeavors.
I can't agree more. What do you think Professor Smith means when he says online courses should be flexible in time?
That's essential. The point of learning online is to allow those who can't attend courses at fixed time.
I agree.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
The second part of the article shares some thoughts about the use of internet on campus. I'm kind of lost in that part.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that students are already accustomed to doing their research on the internet, although some people say computers could be better used for other purposes. He emphasizes that many teachers are already instructing students to use the computer as a research tool.
Thanks for clarifying that. What about the next part saying that students are divided? Do you know what that means?
Well, it's certainly not that some students are afraid to use computers. They're already well accustomed to that.
You're right about that. Most students already use the internet as their primary source for news and information.
Professor Smith probably intends to say that computers are not easily accessible and available to all students.
Yes, not all students can afford computers. And as Professor Smith note, with online courses, the student support system is already in place. Instead of asking fellow students or the professor for assistance, students would be able to get any information they need online. And this assistance would be available immediately.
So, why do you think Professor Smith is recommending the use of computers as the school's main means of educating students? Do you think he is interested in reducing some of the fees associated with traditional classroom courses?
I think it's all about the money. He is promoting online courses simply because he thinks it will enable the school to make more money.
I never thought of it that way.
Many schools already have limited space for classrooms. If the school board wants to enroll more students, they can do that through distance learning mode. Instead of recruiting more teachers, the same course resources can be sold to both online and offline students. Plus, some computer companies are willing to financially support the schools that promote this type of learning.
I see. This is profitable in every sense. All right, now we'll have something to write about in the research paper.
That's the end of part 3. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers.